welcome to our first review of the 2025 Panto season. Cinderella, the magical family pantomime playing at Richmond Theatre until Sunday the 4th of January. A Crossroads endeavour, this was a traditional pantomime with heart that left the audience yearning for more. Now, I don't usually talk prices, but this production was brilliant value for money at £15 for my seat in the upper circle. Richmond Theatre is a beautiful, intimate performance space, and so for that price I had a fantastic view and felt a real part of the action. Although I did see a little more than I'd bargained for in how Basil Brush is brought to life, this only added to the laughs. Panto royalty Gary Wilmot directed the show, and I'm pleased to report that the Wilmotisms are strong throughout, setting this Cinderella apart from Crossroads' usual fare. Early on, we're treated to one of his signature wordplay songs about not being able to find the right words for things, delivered charmingly by Charlie Stemp's Buttons, as well as a touching reworking of I'm an Ordinary Man from My Fair Lady, sung by Stemp in Act 2. This is a slick production, speeding along at a breakneck pace, and with Dandini tap dancing to Putting on the Ritz, and I'll Do Anything number from Oliver, plus dancing polar bears and pumpkins, Wilmot ensures the show doesn't skimp on showbiz. Top billing goes to stage and screen star Helen George playing the fairy Godmother. With a strong operatic voice and the inevitable Call the Midwife gags, George was a delight in the role, adding immensely to the show's magical feel. Her first panto, there were moments where she looked a little like a deer in the headlights, but she was a great sport, particularly with the recurring weary old woman gag and throwing herself into the frantic If I Were Not Upon the Stage number. Going into this production, I was intrigued to see how West End star Charlie Stemp would fare as the comic lead, arguably a panto's most difficult role, and I think he did a commendable job, proving an endearing, warm and gloriously goofy Buttons from the outset. His performance seemed heavily inspired by Brian Conley, both in mannerisms and routines, including the musculator skit, which with clever lighting and voice effects shrinks Buttons down and always gets a huge laugh. Stemp is a true triple threat, singing, dancing and acting with ease. Highlights included a Strictly style dance-off with Dandini, the Mastermind routine with the Ugly Sisters, and the Everything I Do wall routine with Cinders and the Prince. While there was some ad-libbing, Stemp largely stayed faithful to the script. Moments like forgetting to bring out the log were so obviously deliberate. Unlike his previous Palladium panto roles, however, there was a lovable childlike innocence to his Buttons. He completely won the audience over and had them in the palm of his hand. Everyone's favourite fox, Basil Brush, appears as Baron Basil, and what an icon he remains. I couldn't help smiling as he delivered his signature "Boom boom kids," with the audience cheerily replying "Boom boom Basil." Memorable moments included his escalator and emergency slide demonstrations, sliding into the box and announcing, "Oh, there's a man in here," a classic Susie Shaw tongue twister skit, and joining in a festive Christmas medley. From big laughs with Keir Starmer gags to big groans with 6-7 jokes, Basil Brush's cross-generational appeal was clear. We did, however, want more. Ideally another couple of skits and a song sheet moment with children from the audience. Hope Dorr was a warm and assured Cinderella, with Tom Major as a suitably charming prince. Both looked the part and sang beautifully, particularly Dorr, whose rich vocal really stood out. Michael Lynn played Dandini, showing off his impressive dancing chops in a dance-off with Buttons, while the six-piece ensemble were as always boundless in their energy throughout. Stephen Guarino and Jack Allen Anderson were a brassy, obnoxious pair of ugly sisters, gleefully yelling "Aren't we gorgeous?" and playing fast and loose with their accents. A standout scene saw them trying on the glass slipper to a reworking of ABBA's Gimme Gimme Gimme. Like so much in this show, we simply wanted more of them. Now, due to the size of the stage, Richmond Theatre is unable to accommodate the twins' FX big special effect, commonly seen at the end of Act 1. The production makes up for this, however, with Cinderella being taken to the ball in a carriage led by 2 white Shetland ponies. A truly enchanting and memorable moment for younger audience members. The set was serviceable with good lighting ensuring vibrancy throughout. The music provided by Piers T's orchestra was fabulous. Tonight Belongs to You from Netflix's The Prom works splendidly as a recurring motif, while a reworking of Petula Clark's Downtown into You Can Always Go to Richmond earned cheers of approval. Overall, Cinderella was a magical traditional pantomime that came together beautifully. Compared to Woking's rather drab effort this year, this show had real heart, boasting a stellar cast, strong song choices, and unique moments courtesy of Gary Wilmot. It could have flourished even further had it not been squeezed into Crossroads' seemingly mandated 2-hour runtime. I left the theatre wanting more, but beaming from ear to ear. This was a joyful celebration of festive theatre in the run-up to Christmas. So don't miss out going to the ball and book your tickets at www.atgtickets.com/Richmond. I give Richmond's 2025 pantomime Cinderella a 4-star rating.